So I'd like to start off the evening by thanking, obviously, everyone that is here with us, both those of you that are watching live and those of you who will be watching later from our recorded stream. So thank you for being with us this evening. My name is Brett McAllister. I'm the Director for Graduate Admissions for the Halmos College of Arts and Sciences. With us is two members from my staff, both my assistant directors, Ms. Megan Troy and Theodore Uwe as well. And with us as well is Dr. Kitchens, who I will introduce in just a couple of minutes. So Megan, if you would go ahead and get us started. Awesome. So I'd like to start by, just reading an introduction from the Dean of Halmos College. She is very involved in not just our college, but the university as well. She's a real go-getter. She's fantastic for us. So from Holly Baumgartner this evening. Welcome to NSU's Halmos College of Arts and Sciences and the Guy Harvey Oceanographic Research Center. The college is NSU's intellectual and cultural foundation, firmly anchoring university in the liberal arts and sciences necessary for the 21st century workforce on into the graduate school. We engage you in cutting-edge selection of majors, minors, built on innovative models and relative technologies. So Dr. Baumgartner is obviously very busy and is not with us this evening, but she's always happy to speak with students of any questions or concerns they may have about the college itself. She's always around. Go ahead, Mary. So we are obviously here for the important evening event. Is our Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media Master of Arts program, where Dr. Kitchens hails from that department. She'll dive more into the program specifically. It is a master's degree with us. It is offered in a hybrid setting. But again, we'll go into some more details as we get a little bit closer and into the program itself. We also have a variety of other degrees being in arts and sciences, with everything from national security and international relations to biological sciences, marine sciences, conflict analysis, as long as two doctorate degrees as well, one in conflict analysis and the other in marine, as well as a variety of graduate certificates, if any of those might interest you as well, as along with the Master of Arts that we're going to really dive into tonight. Please feel free to let us know. So as I mentioned, we're looking at the Master of Arts in Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media with Halmos College of Arts and Sciences. And with me, as I mentioned, is Dr. Kitchens. She is one of the leads for that program. So with that, Dr. Kitchens, I'll let you introduce the rest of your staff, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate this evening.
Thank you, Brett. I'm Dr. Kitchens. I'm a professor in the Department of Communication, Media, and the Arts, and I'm the director of our Graduate Studies program, which is the Master's of Arts in Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media. Can I see the next slide? Thanks, Megan. So what you see in front of you now is an overview of our curriculum. Our program's curriculum includes 12 credit hours of core courses and 12 to 18 credit hours of elective courses. Our core courses are designed to give you a foundation in composition, rhetoric, and digital media, and they help to situate the intersection of those areas of studies. The elective classes that we offer provide a foundation for advanced careers in marketing, design, composing in digital spaces, professional writing, and education. Megan, will you take us to the next slide and I can talk a little bit more about our completion program options? So there are a variety of things that make the CRDM program unique. One of them is our degree completion options. We have 3 in our program. Each is designed with a slightly different goal in mind. The professional portfolio allows students who are seeking industry positions to curate a collection of their work and prepare themselves for interviews and generally going out onto the job market. The portfolio is defended much like a thesis. The thesis is designed for students who are pursuing or hoping to pursue advanced graduate work beyond the master's level. It is very sort of traditional in its setup, and students do defend usually in their final semester of coursework. The culminating exam it's becoming increasingly popular, and I think part of its sort of attractiveness is that it allows students to take 2 additional elective courses, whereas the professional portfolio and the thesis require that students take 6 credits of media internship or master's thesis. The culminating exam allows students to take 2 additional elective courses while they're in their program of study. And I think that's very attractive for students who are looking to go into a variety of careers. As I mentioned, there are many things that make CRDM unique. And if we can go to the next slide, I will talk about the next thing that makes it unique. So CRDM centers professional development and networking. That is one of the sort of core values of our program. We believe in preparing students for what happens after they graduate. And one of the ways that we do this is we offer assistantships in a few different places across campus. The 2 most common assistantships are in the Writing and Communication Center and with Mako Media Network. Mako Media Network is housed in the Department of Communication, Media, and the Arts, and it includes a radio station, a television station, and our newspaper here at NSU. And the Writing and Communication Center is actually a university-wide service or office at NSU, and our graduate students participate in the daily activities of the WCC, as well as participating as tutors. And they get a lot of experience in various sort of professional capacities, so administrative and marketing, as well as education. And importantly, the WCC has competitive positions for graduate administrative or graduate assistant coordinators, and those students receive a stipend and partial or full tuition reimbursement. So those are fairly coveted spaces, but we do work to get students into those and give them as many professional opportunities as possible. We've also placed students in assistantships across campus in offices that include the Graduate Admissions Office and PRMC, which is Public Relations and Marketing here at Nova, as well as athletics. And we've had students who have done special projects with our deans, with various deans across campus. So there are multiple professional opportunities outside of the internship, which is an additional sort of layer of professionalization that we offer our students. Can I have the next slide? Thanks. So hopefully you're starting to see some of the versatility and variety that CRDM offers. I like to think that we have sort of 4 core values in our program. We prioritize finding intersections between the theoretical and practical applications of our work, as well as professionalism and centering community. So all of our students in CRDM have opportunities to network professionally, to research on an academic and publication level, to apply and produce and create. We are a maker program, so we are very hands-on. Most of our classes are delivered in person to some capacity. So we are considered a residential program here on campus. And we find that the community in our program is quite strong. So our students really do enjoy being on campus and being around each other. We have several alums who come back and speak at different events. And we also have alumni who teach in our composition programs and our communication program. Next slide. Thank you, Megan. And as a nod to that, I'd like to sort of direct your attention to two students that we have spotlighted tonight. One of our alumni, Jasmine, is currently pursuing a career in professional writing and editing in with a online organization, online company that specializes in health and wellness. Jasmine came to our program with an arts background and really developed that into sort of this very fine-tuned understanding of how to balance embodiment with concepts of health and wellness. And she's now with a company that she really wanted to work with. We're very proud of her. Laurel is currently a student in CRDM. She has a communication background, and she spent part of her summer in an internship in the Galapagos Islands, creating social media content and marketing content for Halmos College. So we're also very proud of her. So our alumni and our students do interesting things and pursue a variety of career opportunities. I hope you will check us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kitchen. I'm going to say sorry. I did not realize that the screen was showing one way instead of the other. So I'm going to adjust it really quickly so that we can see it a little bit better. So I do apologize for that, but all the information still was clear. And now I'll take over on the admissions portion of our presentations for today. For students that are interested in our Master's of Arts in Composition, Rhetoric, and Digital Media, you are able to apply for any entering term. So that means the upcoming terms are winter of 2024, summer 2024, and then fall of 2024. So this program allows for you to enter at any start of any term for NSU. For the things that are important to your application, of course, the NSU application itself. And as attendees of tonight's program, if you are interested in submitting an application, I will be sending out an application fee waiver code for anyone that is interested in submitting. So thank you again for your attendance. There is generally a $50 application fee, but again, for attending today, you will get a fee waiver to submit your application. Official transcript from all higher education institutions, excuse me. So any institution that you've attended that you either earned credit, whether you earned that credit during high school or you earned it at a local community college or another institution, even if it's just 3 credits, you will be required to submit your final transcript from that institution, your graduating institution, of course. And if you are an international student, we do require that your transcripts are translated and evaluated. And those can come from any NACIS approved organization or through the WEST organization. If you have questions about that, feel free to email me and I'll be glad to provide you the links with the organizations that can do the translations and evaluations of your international transcripts. Admissions essay, tell us why you think this program would be a good fit for you and what you are looking for in your future goals. Have that sent in, of course, and then an academic writing sample. This can be a paper that you wrote in your undergraduate work. If you are a little bit far removed from your undergraduate work, but you have some professional writing that you've done in the career that you've started, you can also submit that as well. And then 2 letters of recommendation. We do like to see at least one of those recommendations come from a former professor. But if you have questions about that, always feel free to reach out to me. We do look at the overall student. And with that, we make sure we're looking at the work that you've done in your undergrad, and then of course, those additional pieces that we've asked for. In order to apply, you will fill out the graduate application. So you will need to create an account for yourself. It's very simple. And you can go to any of our Halmos pages and click the apply now or anywhere on the NSU website and click apply now, and it'll take you to start filling out an account. Then you can make your application. If you have any issues with making your application or even starting an account, just in case you're coming from being at an issue a period of time before, maybe you're blocked out of the account that you had previously. There is a help feature on the accounts. And then here on the screen, I've listed the phone number and the email to our help desk as well. If you have applications open in other parts of the institution, there will be a separate line for each application. So you want to make sure that you're clicking the one that is listed for our CRDM program. The application itself is fairly simple. You're going to put in your biographical information. So of course, name, address, phone numbers, emails. I always recommend when it comes to the email address that you are using, make sure it is one that you can still have access to. For example, if you are currently an undergraduate student at another institution and there's a chance that they revoke access once you've graduated, then definitely use a different email address. So my recommendation is always like a Gmail or a Yahoo or an email address like that. Some institutions do allow their students to continue to use their undergraduate institution emails for a while, but just make sure, because I do get a lot of bounce backs when I'm emailing students that have graduated a year or two previously. And then a phone number, if you're okay with us sending you text messages, there is a part where it will ask if text messages are okay. Check that if you'd like to hear about more events and things that are happening with us. You'll fill out your academic plan. So just like it shows on the screen, you're applying for a master's degree, you will go down to the Comp Rhetoric and Digital Media program, and then you'll pick your entering term. For campus, it is the Fort Lauderdale Davie campus, like Dr. Kitchens already mentioned, and for our college, we're a part of Halmos College. So for the additional information that is required, of course, we are asking you to put every college that you have attended. That way we know which transcripts we should be expecting. Once your application is in, if for some reason you did not fill out all of the colleges, the system will only recognize the ones you did fill out. Once I see your transcripts, if there are other transfer credits indicated, I will reach out to you to ask that you submit those transcripts as well. That is a manual process. So sometimes if you're sending it, it says from one institution that it's already been sent, but it takes a couple of days for it to show up in our system. So just give me 24 to 48 hours to check it in. So that way you're not reordering the same transcript and over from your institution. Lastly, like I mentioned, we'll be providing a fee waiver for students that are applying. So once you get through the application, you'll get to the screen to pay. You can submit that fee waiver code in that section. And then when it's time to submit your additional documents, as you can see on the screen, there's a place for your personal statement, that admissions essay, and there's also a place for your writing sample. You can upload them directly once you've submitted the application. For your letters of recommendation, there's a link. It would allow you to put in the contact information from the person that you would like for us to send a recommendation form to. Let them know that it's coming. There's a form they can fill out and then attach their letter to that form. You will need their name, their email address, and their phone number in order to be able to submit them for us to send the form for them to fill out. And just a reminder, these are the next 3 upcoming semesters. We have winter, summer, and fall of 2024. And here are the application deadlines for each of those terms. November 15th, this will give us a little over a month before our winter break so that we can try to process everything and get your information to you before the semester starts in January. Then our summer is April 15th. Summer starts in May. So definitely if you're interested in the summer, try to get that application in prior to April 15th so you have more than enough time to get yourself situated. And then for fall of next year, it is July 15th. If you have any questions about the application deadlines, I am your go-to person to reach out to, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. This is our admissions staff and team. So you've already met Brett and Teddy, and then myself as well. If for some reason you call our office and you don't get one of the 3 of us, you're probably going to get our administrative coordinator, Andrew. Another way that you can get in contact with us is through our social media. We have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Facebook. Some of you may have found out about tonight's open house through our social media, and I'm glad to hear it. If you are ever wondering about what upcoming events we might be hosting at Halmos College for our different departments, our academic teams, please feel free to follow our social medias to see what's going on with events, our lecture series that we host, and of course, to see some spotlights on our faculty, alumni, and students. So now is the time that we'd like to send out for our students that are present with us to ask any questions of either the admissions team or Dr. Kitchens about the program directly. We have a Q&A function, or you can enter your questions directly into the chat, and we'll be happy to answer whatever we can for you.
Well, Megan, it looks like you did such a great job that people. Oh no, never mind. There they come. Okay, all right, all right. So I'll start with the first one. So from Joseph, as someone who might be working during the day in 95, will classes be available in the evening time?
Hi. Yes, our classes are offered only in the evenings at this point. Our classes begin at 6 and end around 8:30, 9 o'clock, Monday through Thursday. Classes meet once a week, and there is often almost all of our classes are hybrid. So there's also an online component in addition to the classroom component for most classes.
Thank you. The next question from Kayla. Can you talk more about the possible assistantship options?
I can try. Our assistantships are varied from year to year. So in part, assistantships are determined by who needs what across campus. Sometimes there are positions open that are connected to special projects, and sometimes various offices and departments will come to us looking specifically for a CRDM graduate student because of the design experience, the composing experience, the writing background, those kinds of things. So it sort of just depends on what's available. However, the WCC, the Writing and Communication Center, annually offers assistantships to our students, and they do prioritize CRDM students in that space. So most of those coordinator positions that I talked briefly about earlier in the presentation, most of those go to CRDM students. It's highly competitive. It is open to graduate students across campus, but we do tend to prioritize CRDM students in those positions. And then Mako Media Network is also housed in our department, and it also offers assistantship opportunities, but it's really about what Mako Media needs at that point in time. If they need somebody to help with radio or help with newspaper, and we've only had a handful of students. This is a relatively new relationship that we've developed for our assistantships. So we're always looking for ways to build that out and develop that in ways that are going to be meaningful for our graduate students.
Some two more questions. As one who would like to go into a career in book publishing, have there been graduates that have gone into any major publishing houses?
We have a few graduates who are working in boutique publishing positions with boutique publishers. We have had a few also who have landed really lucrative positions with companies as technical writers or overseeing their technical writing staff. So book publishing is a very specific kind of publishing, but if you think of publishing more broadly, I can say that we have several CRDM students or alumni rather who are working in the publishing industry in various positions.
What are the most common job outcomes that students get into after graduation?
Our program is diverse. I don't know that we have a most common position that our students or our alumni pursue. We have several students who graduate and go on to PhD work, who go pursue masters in complementary fields. We have several alumni who are, as I just mentioned, working in publishing in some capacity or professional writing in some capacity. We also have alumni who are working in the private sector and doing work that is more sort of org-com based, so it's very internal. They will occasionally work and design public-facing materials. Yeah, our students do a variety of things. And we have internships with various partners throughout the community. And our students frequently use those to network as well and end up working in sort of fields very closely related to what they were doing with their internship work. So we have students doing social media marketing and working to create sort of brand identities for various organizations and nonprofits and things like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Kitchens. Well, I feel like that's probably all the questions that we're going to get. So, Dr. Kitchens, thank you very much once again for being with us this evening. I know you are very busy, as you mentioned. Most of our classes are in the evening time. So I do appreciate you taking some time into your busy schedule for us. And for those of you that are, obviously are watching in person, thank you for being here. And those that are going to be watching at a later date and time, thank you for taking the time. Feel free to reach out to us with any questions you may have. And you might see us on the road. Our team is out there at varying graduate fairs throughout the country. So, feel free to stop and say hi at any time. Look forward to speaking with you all again soon. Hope you have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.